Hi, I'm Tom Edwards. This is the fourth and final video of the E-3 framework. So for those of you who've been following along, the E-3 framework is the new platform that I've been taking to conferences and will be speaking on to talk about the exponential acceleration of experience. So far, I've outlined in the first video the actual history behind the evolution of experience, the impact that technology has had, the rise of the empowered consumer. In the second video, I spoke about technologies that empower consumers. This is empowering consumers to own, create, democratize experiences, about how the camera is potentially the new home screen, as well as insights into nonlinear video, as well as social VR. Then I talked about, in the next video, the idea of enhance, and that's the role of intelligent systems, to where we begin to see this evolution and shift where it's not only about marketing to individuals, but it's also about marketing to algorithms and potentially proxies moving forward. The final video and the focus of today is all about environment. So I hope you enjoy the video. We'll be back soon. So the third and final area of exploration here today, which is the environment. How are we going to move towards frictionless connection between physical and digital? These pervasive experiences, again, are going to showcase how our environment's going to become more intelligent. We're building on this idea of ambient computing, where we're moving through our environment and it's aligning with us. And that really comes back again to the idea of multimodal. So again, it's this evolution towards multiple interfaces as this key progression towards ambient environment. We as marketers and developers we have to adapt to new form factors and considerations for how consumers are going to engage through intelligent systems. So this is a really key thing because we're going to have to be able to develop experiences that flex very quickly between voice only, voice plus visual, touch through auto, and more. And a lot of this is going to start, we're already seeing this kind of progressing with the opening up of place-based data. So right now you've got over 1 billion people that interact with locations monthly on Facebook, and it's updated through what's called the Facebook Places graph. And essentially this provides location data that supports Messenger and Instagram. So now this data set includes over 140 million places around the world. But now there are SDKs and APIs that are going to provide access to this places data. And that's going to be a key foundational element for supporting this connection of virtual assistants plus place plus ultimately computer vision. So as we think about so much of the categorization and all the taxonomies right now, they're based on kind of these manual meta tags, keywords, and descriptions. And computer vision basically deals with how computers can basically gain a high-level understanding from digital images and video. So these AI systems are going through deep learning, they're quickly acquiring, processing, analyzing digital images, and with the goal of extracting high-dimensional data from the real world, ultimately with the goal of producing decisions. So once these systems can understand context from the physical world, it can elicit a specific action. And that becomes really interesting when you start pairing it with this idea of virtual computer vision and virtual assistants. So what'll end up happening here is this is the next evolution of visual context, because then you begin to build a visual dialogue. You basically can understand what's in an image, and you can intersect that with a chatbot or an assistant-based dialogue, and you can create new forms of content understanding. And this is really, really, really key. Because what this begins to unlock, it connects that location data with virtual assistants so that you can drive new experiences based on whatever discovery is happening from a visual standpoint. So again, it's taking and evolving this idea of what search is going to look like. It's taking and evolving this idea of the environment becoming the platform in which we can connect with consumers moving forward. And that's incredibly compelling. Now, you start looking at this idea of holographic computing or mixed reality. And this is essentially where you have augmented reality where users can spatially interact with digital overlays. And again, analysts basically have highlighted the future of the VR and AR industry, and AR technologies are definitely going to be the major disruptor. So what ends up happening is you start combining all of these kind of core technologies together. You take the idea of computer vision and understanding the environment around you. You take the idea of a virtual assistant and the role that it can play now in connecting you with essentially any type of new branded experience versus content delivery. Then you start applying the advancements and scale associated with augmented reality. And our whole idea of what reality really is begins to shift and change, to where it becomes less about the physical environment. It becomes more about this idea of synthetic reality, where essentially our environment is completely overlaid with digital elements here. And this is a really, really interesting approach to what the near future in the 2020s can potentially look like. Whether this is delivered through some type of glasses, whether this is delivered through contact lenses, how our environment then reacts to us. These predictive models and predictive APIs all begin to come together to take your affinities and immediately begin to overlay that within your existing environment. How we can interact with each other fundamentally changes as well. And this is also going to have a significant impact even in how we shop and purchase products. One of the other core areas of this evolution of the 4 Ps is also tied to the impact of purchase. So when you think about this concept of synthetic reality and you start moving it into, say, even a shopper environment, to where you can then begin to take and incorporate virtual overlays, as you can see here with the little dog, as well as different types of advertisements to create new palettes and new foundations. So one of the interesting core areas that I'm really interested in, if I would have gone to law school instead, would be this idea of digital rights management, because this whole idea around redefining our reality opens up new kind of possibilities tied to all of this. And that's also going to lead to the creation of new virtual economies. So this definitely goes beyond cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, even though Bitcoin's at, $4,000 per coin today. But we're going to see this rise of digital decentralized marketplaces that turn every virtual item into a real commodity. So this is an example of a global marketplace called DMarket here. This is specifically tied to gaming, but it's built on a foundation of blockchain and smart contracts, to where you can enable one-click sales, exchanges, different types of evaluation of every type of virtual item. So we're also going to see this rise of not only physical goods, but virtual goods that are going to be used to enhance our everyday experiences as well. All right, so that's it. So today we focused on the environment pillar of the E-3 framework. We saw the evolution tied to computer vision, the merging of computer vision plus virtual assistants, and then this whole idea of hyper or synthetic reality at scale through combining of mixed reality as well as virtual assistants as well as computer vision. So it was a fun ride putting these 4 together. If you have an opportunity to catch the keynote live, definitely hope you can do so. Otherwise, it's all here for you. So again, it's the E-3 framework. I'm Tom Edwards. You can follow me at Blackfin360. You can find me on Alexa at Blackfin360, or just simply type in or say Blackfin360 to Google Assistant. Have a great day.